When you check out at the pharmacy, you see the journey from idea to medicine, thanks to our intellectual property system, or IP for short. IP safeguards inventions, like a new way to prevent seizures or lower cholesterol. And IP supports competition from other brands, then lower-cost generics, which are 90% of prescriptions filled in the U.S. Innovation, competition, lower costs, thanks to IP. Learn more at phrma.org/IP Works Wonders.
Hi, I'm Erin.
And I'm Katie.
And you're listening to Ropedrop Parkhop. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
You didn't even say your name last week. You didn't say it this week either.
It's the cognitive decline. I said my name.
Last week?
This
or just
week.
now? Yes, but you forgot it for a second.
I forgot for a second. I just didn't know how to start. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I've been, in my defense, I've been sick. So have you.
Yeah.
You brought home a little souvenir.
I did. That's what we do. The happiest Petri dish on earth.
Always.
And I came home to a sick kid. He stayed home from school Thursday and Friday.
Did he?
Which, not like him at all.
Really?
Like, if he doesn't have to stay home, he does not. So he's got a really bad cough still.
Does he?
I haven't been coughing much. I almost wonder if mine's just allergy related.
I always try to pass sickness off as allergies first.
Yes,
but
same. But I was super achy on Saturday, so I don't think I can pass it off.
So I started to feel it a little bit Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to go to Disneyland, though, and have fun and bring home
and then bring home a souvenir.
Yeah. I started feeling kind of sick Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday morning, I had a patient that I needed to see. And so I went to work, and dental hygiene, like, it looks like a super lazy job because we sit all day long, right? But you have to have some strength, like when you're cleaning somebody's teeth.
I don't think anybody thinks dental hygienists are lazy.
I don't know. I don't know. I think some people do. But I have a funny story, actually. Let me tell you in just a second, speaking of dental hygienists. But it was a longer appointment, and as I was cleaning his teeth, I just was like, I could barely hold my arms up, never mind cleaning his teeth. And I just felt so weak. And so before I was even done, I went to go get something, and I popped my head and they knew I wasn't feeling well. And I was like, I'm going home after this.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, okay. And I was like, can you just fix the rest of my day? And I went home and I went to bed, and within 4 hours, I had 101 fever and just was
yucky
out. Yes.
Dang.
So I'm better. But
I'm glad you're feeling better. Your voice sounds better today than even yesterday. Mm-hmm.
Good. My ribs, though. So poor Jack, if he still has a cough, are his ribs sore? Because my ribs were sore.
I haven't asked him, but
oh my gosh,
I'm
ribs hurt so bad.
Dang it. I haven't gotten a cough at all.
Oh, that's
good. So I don't know.
I don't
know.
all of it.
Well, I'm sure mine was different than what he had since I got mine in California, probably, and he did not.
Yours was more magical?
Right.
I will say this, though, because something has been going around like crazy, right? And everybody's been getting it. And I was like, I haven't gotten it yet. I'm so lucky. I will say I'm happy I got it now and not like next week.
Right, when we're about to travel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, whooping cough is going around here right now.
I know.
Crazy.
Let's read a review.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you my funny story.
We'll talk about happier stuff than
I'll tell you my funny
pertussis.
story about... let's not talk about pertussis. My story about dental hygiene.
Okay.
It's not really that great a story, but I'll tell you anyway. Okay, this is from Stacy96. Amazing podcast, 5 stars. I am a total Disney lover, and my sister told me about this podcast. This podcast is great for newbies and those who have been going to Disneyland their whole lives. Erin and Katie are so fun to listen to, and it feels like you're talking about Disney with your besties. I look forward to listening to old and new podcasts whenever I can.
We are your besties.
For sure.
And you're our besties.
For sure. Thanks, Stacy96. Yep. We really like that. I'm not everybody's bestie, and this is where the story is. I had a new patient a couple of weeks ago, and her adult daughter, came in with her and was sitting in the corner, and I was talking to her a little bit, and she said, yeah, I've been coming here for decades. And I was like, oh. I was like, I didn't realize that. I don't think I've seen you. She's like, yeah, no, you're not familiar to me. Are you new? And I said, no, I've been here a while. And I was like, she says, yeah, I typically see so-and-so. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, so then a couple minutes later, she said something about her husband. And I was like, does he come here also? And she was like, he does. And I said, oh, what is his name? And she told me. And I was like, oh, I do see him. And she looked me dead in the eyes, didn't miss a beat, and said, yeah, he hates you. And I was like, oh, because I actually really like him.
Yeah.
And I went, oh. And she's like, yeah, sorry to tell you, he hates you. And I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was like, I really like him. And she's like, yeah. And so we talked for a minute, and it turns out it's not me he hates. It's just coming to the dentist that he hates.
Oh,
in general.
okay.
He doesn't enjoy the appointments. But the way she dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates you.
I don't know you, but my husband hates you.
We had met like literally at 20 minutes before.
Good heavens.
It's a weird profession to be a part of.
Sure.
I know we have some out there that listen that work in the dental field.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, honestly, maybe attorneys can relate. It's one of those professions where people really just feel like
it's a necessary evil.
It's appropriate to tell you how much they dislike you upon meeting you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's probably true.
Do we say that to anybody else?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know either.
I can't think of your accountant.
Maybe. It's a beating. It's a beating every single time. But
yeah, I mean, I don't think for most people going to the dentist is a pleasant experience.
Right.
So,
but most people just suck it up and go to the dentist.
It's not you could elect not to go.
You could.
You'd be probably hurting more than you would while you're at the dentist, but whatever. Oh, gosh, that's crazy. Okay, well, let's talk about some news.
Yeah, we're off pertussis. We're off the dental field.
Yes.
Let's talk about Disneyland.
Okay. A couple construction updates. The Disneyland Railroad is opening soon. Is it this Friday?
It's opening, this
Friday.
Yep.
Okay, so as you're listening this right now.
Oh, it's
open. Yay! So they were doing some testing the other day, getting ready to turn her back on.
I miss her.
I believe the New Orleans station will still be under refurb, so that won't be open. And we still don't really know what's going on there, what they're doing. But
maybe once the train opens, we'll have a better glimpse of everything, and we'll get some more of an idea.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so with the reopening of the railroad, the Disneyland guided tour, the railroad tour will be back.
Yes.
And let's pull up some info on that. Booking for that started already, I think.
Yeah, it started this past week.
And the tours will resume March 21st.
And that is something that you can book 60 days ahead. So if it's something that you want to do,
now's the time.
The big thing about that to keep in mind is that you are not guaranteed to get on the Lily Bell.
Right.
I think that's the thing that entices a lot of people is hopefully getting to tour the Lily Bell and getting to see it. But if the weather is bad or it's hot, they're going to leave the Lily Bell back in what did we decide it's called? The
Roundhouse.
The Roundhouse.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to leave her back there.
Right. So the recommendation is to get an earlier tour time if you can, because the odds are more likely that you will get on. And yeah, I mean, they do take you to peek at the Roundhouse, so you may still get to see the Lily Bell.
From a distance.
You might not be able to get on. It's a 90-minute tour experience. It includes a ride on the presidential car, the Lily Bell, and your park admission is not included, just in case you were wondering.
And you might, if you're super lucky, get to meet Uncle Matt. If you meet Uncle Matt, tell us.
I have looked for Uncle Matt the last few times I've been there and have not seen him, and I'm hoping, really, really hoping that he wasn't furloughed or something with the railroad being down, because usually he'll move over to the Main Street vehicles when he's not on railroad duty, and I just have not seen him. But it could just be that he hasn't been working. Maybe happened to not be working on the weekends. So, okay, so that is that. And then demolition has started on Tortilla Joe's. So bye-bye Tortilla Joe's. We've been wondering because it closed a while ago.
Demolition on Tortilla Joe's started years ago. That building has been...
It's kind of an eyesore, right?
In need of a little bit of love. A little dilapidated.
Right.
For a while.
I think I will talk a little bit more. Hang on a second. I'll talk a little bit more about what is planned for that spot. We got a little sneak peek.
Wow, look at those pages and pages and pages of notes.
Yes. So in the episode, when I do a little recap of my,
of your
my sneak peek stuff,
yes,
plus some food and wine, I'll talk a little bit more about what's going in that location. But
Sounds
there
good.
are walls up.
Stay tuned.
The demolition is starting. Portillo's.
Which we did get confirmation.
Not Portillo's, Portos.
Okay. Keep it in. And we did get confirmation
that we
from
said it correctly.
A
Chicagoan?
A Chicagoite?
A Chicagan?
A Chicagan. We got confirmation that it is Portillo's.
Okay, Portillo's it is, but that is not what's going in downtown Disney. We are getting Portos, which I got a little, inside info on that
okay.
too. I mean,
oh my gosh, you guys.
Kind of.
This episode is going to be full of inside info.
Yes.
It's very exciting. Pages of it.
I'm just really excited about the menu at Porto's.
Oh.
There's some good stuff.
Okay, good. I'm excited too. I've heard it's delightful.
But that is that demolition on Earl of Sandwich on that side of downtown Disney was supposed to start early 2025, which we are, almost through the first quarter of 2025. Let's get to work,
We're still,
Disney.
though, technically in winter.
That's true.
It is still winter 2025.
Is it winter 2024, though?
Or is it winter 2025?
Who knows?
Part A.
Who knows? And then...
Time is just a social construct, especially lately. Who knows what's happening?
Who knows
I don't know what day it is, what month it is, what year it is.
Although I do know that yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Indiana Jones opening. So March 3rd is Indy's birthday.
Which, when you were telling me about Tortilla Joe's, I thought you said Tortilla Jones.
Oh, yes. That's a good mashup.
It's a great mashup.
We need a restaurant now
called
in
Tortilla
Adventureland.
Jones.
Tortilla Jones. That restaurant is supposed to have some fireworks viewing, and it kind of overlooks the Jungle Cruise area. So Tortilla Jones sounds great. That's not what it's being named, though. Sorry.
Tortilla, dear Disney, hire us. We have ideas.
We do. The wheelchair ramp at the Little Mermaid is completed. We did notice there was some scrim up last time we were there. I thought they were just doing facade work, but apparently they were putting in a new wheelchair ramp. It's very prominent.
Where?
It's right out in front. Hang on, I'll show you a
picture.
picture.
Why? Because, wait a second, though. I don't understand. Can you not just go in through the rotunda?
Maybe
it's level.
Maybe it's for exit.
You exit through the rotunda, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
That seems unnecessary.
Maybe they're going to move the...
What are they doing?
Not fast pass, lightning lane over there. Currently, the stanchions are right under the rotunda, which is where the regular standby queue starts as well.
But it's all flat over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why do we need a separate ramp?
Let's see if they say.
Interesting. I wonder what that's about.
Improving. Oh, you know what? I wonder are there any of those clamshells that you can load a wheelchair onto?
There are.
So I wonder if you can't unload the wheelchair from a clamshell at that back area to exit right there. Maybe you have to unload at a different spot, and that's why that wheelchair ramp is there.
Possibly because it's a conveyor belt walkway, right?
Yes,
so maybe that's what it is.
That's my assumption.
But well, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems unnecessary.
Maybe.
But okay, it seems redundant.
It just says this addition is part of a recent update aimed at improving accessibility and safety for guests who may need an alternative way to exit the attraction. So it is an exit ramp.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, there you go. And it's there.
It's there. It's ready to go. I don't know if they're using it yet, but it's there. The sign has been taken down at the Main Street Opera House, so no more Good Times with Abe.
Oh, but maybe that's what it means. So it did say, the Disneyland story presents great moments with Mr. Lincoln. So maybe now it's going to say Good Times with Abe.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just replacing it with that. Good Times with Abe and Walt.
Good Times with... I feel like Walt should get top billing. Good Times with Walt and Abe.
Sure. Okay, sounds good. Or Good Times with Abe featuring
and
Walt
friends.
Disney. Yes, and Friends. I love it. So that will not be reopening until July 17th.
Right.
And it will just be Walt for the first little while, and then they will start rotation with Abe.
In all seriousness, I wonder what they're doing with the sign.
I don't know.
Because really...
It's just, there's no sign there at all currently. It's
they
just
could
the
have
bare
done
building.
it like a la Muppets, where they just hung something over Great Moments
like
with
banner.
Mr. Lincoln.
That would be
and
so
it could
funny.
be Great Moments with Mr. Disney.
That would be so funny.
Speculate along with us, because
Yes.
it's probably not good moments with, or good times with Walt and Friends.
Yes. And then I have a little insider info on what's going to happen
Did you see
there.
Walt?
No, just the pictures that everybody else has already seen. But
They
there's
didn't-
some cool stuff.
They didn't roll him in.
No, I wish. He didn't come do the presentation. They flew him in like Spider-Man.
They thawed him for the weekend.
He did the little double tuck and roll stunt in the air into the conference room. He did not. This feels really sacrilegious, disrespectful. Minnie Mouse is back in the planters right below the train station, which thankfully the scrim is down from the train station. That's one of my favorite photo ops. Didn't we decide that was one of the most photographed places in the world?
It is.
Yes. So
Yes.
Anyway, Minnie Mouse is there. It's Women's History Month, so beginning March 1st, so through the 31st, I would assume. Minnie
Celebrating
Mouse will be there.
influential women such as Minnie Mouse
Yes.
throughout the history of the world.
Yes. And she's so cute.
She is cute.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad that they do that.
I'm kind of sad I missed that because I was gone. I left the 28th. So
Stink.
no Minnie Mouse for me. Oh, the scrim is down on Red's Garden.
Lots of scrim coming down. This is the most important, though.
Red's Garden?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I mean, you could eat there still, but the scrim was up on the cute little entryway.
Honestly, though, wouldn't that be kind of nice if it's like super sunny to have a little bit of shady tarp?
Yes. I do really love that they are adding more seating areas to California Adventure, though. I think that's a great addition. It's great foresight.
Well, and one of the good things about California Adventure is there's such wide walking paths. You hear it frequently when talking about crowd levels at Disneyland versus California Adventure. California Adventure, even when super crowded, feels easier to navigate because the paths are so wide.
Yes.
So it's nice that they're taking some of that space and putting in some seating.
Yes. The scrim is not down on Elias and Company. There's a ton of scrim up around Elias and Company all the way down the street. And then Carthay Circle has some newly added scrim, too. I think they're just doing facade work.
Zhuzhing?
Yes. I believe that's correct.
Okay.
There's a little rumor. Well, it's the OC Register reported this.
Oh, which the OC Register
They're usually pretty spot on. They have to do retractions every once in a while, but they usually have the good inside info, right? They are reporting that Disneyland is considering adding an Encanto attraction to their Disneyland Forward plans.
Weird.
So we already know that Coco and Pandora and new rides to Avengers Campus are coming as part of that expansion. Now, possibly Encanto. I wonder where that will go.
I wonder if they will do... So Encanto is...
What?
Colombian?
Yes.
And Coco is Mexican. So I wonder if it's going to be like a Latin America type of expansion.
Maybe. I don't know. Coco is specifically Pixar, right?
Okay.
But Encanto is not, I don't believe.
I agree.
So we kind of picture Coco going like a bridge from Pixar Pier over to that area by Pixar Place Hotel, and that's where Coco will go.
That's what I can see happening. Where do we put Encanto?
I don't know.
Backstage 17.
There you go.
Back in that area.
Yeah. I mean, Disneyland Park itself is going to be expanded too, right?
Yes.
On that northwest side. So
I would think so.
Maybe over there, maybe we'll do a Beyond Thunder Mountain.
Oh, like in Disneyland Park and not in California Adventure.
Correct. That's what I'm thinking, maybe.
Yeah. That makes sense. And I mean, that's where they often will put... I'm going to mess these up. Miguel. Miguel's over in Frontierland frequently.
Yeah.
So I mean,
there's not a lot of space by Thunder Mountain. You'd have to go back behind
Tiana's and Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. And Galaxy's Edge. But I don't know. It could work. We'll see. I don't know. Still not confirmed.
We don't even know what the sign says at Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
That's right. All right, can we switch to different parks for just a second?
Or do you want to go? Okay. Before we do that, let's talk about upcoming Disneyland After Dark nights.
Oh, yeah.
So Disneyland After Dark 90s night tonight and Thursday. So by the time you listen, it's over. It's done.
Sorry if you missed it.
But it's sold out, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Right. I'm excited if you got to go, though. Please let us know how it was.
I would love to hear about it.
Yes. Tell us all about the power line.
Oh, so cute.
Yes.
I love Powerline. The next Disneyland After Dark nights are Star Wars nights, and there are still a lot of tickets. There's actually only one night that's sold out. So
Which
really
is kind of
quickly,
crazy to me.
It is crazy to me, too.
I saw somebody post in a Facebook group the other day that they were really upset that they didn't get alerted that Star Wars nights were going on sale. And then I just assumed like they must be sold out then if he's really upset that he didn't get the alert. Maybe that was the only night he wanted to go.
Yeah. So nights that this is happening April 8th, 10th, 22nd, 24th, 29th, and then May 1st, 4th, and 6th. Guess which day is sold out?
The 4th.
May the 4th.
Yeah.
So the rest of the dates are still available. There are no Star Wars nights available at all. They're not doing it at all the week of April 13th. I think it's probably because that's the week leading up to Easter and also probably a heavy spring break week.
Right. A lot of schools will schedule their spring breaks for Easter week.
Yep.
So that makes sense. It's so late this year, though.
It is really late.
I'm curious to see if that will actually be a busy time or not.
We'll see. And then after that is Pride Night, and they have not released ticket sales yet for those.
Right.
I imagine we're going to hear that today.
Probably. And then in the next couple of months, we'll hear about when Oogie Boogie is going on sale for the fall. Usually that's in June when those tickets go on sale. I'm really anxious to hear from people how the fancy beignets at 90s night were. There's a pizza beignet and a peanut butter and jelly beignet.
I really am into this idea of a peanut butter and jelly beignet.
Same. I think that
Pizza,
sounds
I think,
delightful.
sounds fine too, but I am...
All of it sounds yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Switching to Universal Studios for just a minute, because it's kind of on our brains because we're going.
Yeah.
It's butterbeer season. So this is something that apparently is returning.
I'm very excited about this.
There's some fun new things.
Butterbeer popsicles.
Yes. Well, the butterbeer popsicle is not new like they've had it before, but
Right.
it's returning for butterbeer season.
It's been during other butterbeer seasons. Apparently, this is not the first time they've done this.
And it's actually called an ice lolly because
I'm so
if
sorry.
you are in Great Britain, you call them ice lollies.
I'm so sorry.
And I feel like maybe I had one before because it looks really familiar.
Does it?
And I think it was very tasty. I really like frozen butterbeer.
Me too.
The best. When we tried the butterbeer ice cream last time we were there, that was actually really good
I
too.
really like the ice cream a lot. So anything cold and butterbeery
Yes.
sounds good to me.
The butterbeer cream puff actually looks pretty delightful too. And butterbeer caramels. Yeah, I'm in. I'll try it all.
Because you love the butterscotch.
I do. So yeah, that sounds right up my alley.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for
Me
Universal.
too.
I'm excited for our little trip that's coming up.
Me
We are
too.
not traveling together.
That's right.
We will be there at the same time.
We're going there at the same time, not traveling together.
But we will hang out a little bit
That's right.
here and there.
All right. Well, we will be right back with a trip recap and some, you heard it here first, inside info.
Ooh, get excited. Calling all Disney enthusiasts dreaming of a magical escape, look no further than Mouse World Travel, your Disney vacation experts.
Whether you're enchanted by the magic of Disney parks, setting sail with Disney Cruise Line, embarking on an Adventures by Disney journey, or relaxing in paradise at Aulani, we've got you covered.
Our team of experts will craft the perfect getaway tailored just for you. From park tickets and dining reservations to exclusive perks and personalized itineraries.
Ready to make your dreams come true? Visit mouseworldtravel.com and tell them Ropedrop and Parkhop sent you.
Mouse World Travel, where your Disney adventure begins.
So I'm back from a really fun hosted training by Disney. We had a little sneak peek into the 70th anniversary. We got to do opening day of Food and Wine Festival, so a lot of fun stuff. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it, and Erin can ask me some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this stuff kind of got announced at D23
Mm-hmm.
in August. We didn't get a lot of brand new information. We got to see some really cool renderings of what's coming.
And you were not allowed.
Not allowed to take video or pictures. It's proprietary info right now.
Interesting.
They did say in the next couple of weeks they're going to be announcing some more stuff.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that.
Were there any oohs and ahs?
Yeah, for
Were there?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got to see, I did get video of this, so I will share this with you, but we got to see Mickey and Minnie in their 70th costumes. They came out on stage and hung out
cute.
with us a little bit. So that was really fun. You know, starting May 16th, 15 months long. That's a long celebration.
Did we know that already? Did we know it was 15 months?
I think so, because I think it says through summer 2026.
Okay,
right?
so let's talk about this for just a second.
Yeah.
15 months. I've gotten questions about we're going in October. Will there still be 70th anniversary merchandise? Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Will Paint the Night still be going? Is it going through
Summer 2026, yes. But I do think that they'll pause
during Christmas?
During
Okay.
Christmas. I think they didn't say that for sure,
Okay.
but I got the impression that that was what would be happening. And also they said they're going to be doing a phased rollout of things. So they'll have, a rollout of some merch in the very beginning, and then they'll roll out new merch every couple
Which
of months.
I feel like
right?
is kind of what they do anyway.
Yes,
when they have
especially
a big,
when it's this long, right?
Yeah.
And they mentioned that, right? Like that's the challenge of having a celebration this long is keeping it fresh and new and keeping people wanting to come back.
Right.
On our coast, it's a little bit easier with magic key holders. They're going to come back.
Yep.
So just rolling out new merch is enough to get people to come back. But
they just did this for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. It was an 18-month celebration.
Right.
And so, this is not unheard of before.
But I do feel like that celebration maybe got a little bit stale, in my
did toward the
opinion,
end.
for sure. Like the statues weren't quite as exciting to look at
No.
anymore after your third or fourth time there during that
Right.
18 months, right? Anyway, we've got Paint the Night coming. We have Wondrous Journeys coming. So it's a returning fireworks show that wasn't around for very long. So I think a lot of people are pretty excited to have that come back. It's a
Yes.
really great show. And then we have a brand new World of Color Happiness coming. It will be hosted by the Inside Out characters. I saw some new concept art for it. It has some power line in it which
it
I'm
does?
so excited for.
Yay.
Yeah, so Powerline, Goofy movie represented.
Good.
Exciting.
That is great. That's such a great movie.
Yeah. So go follow at Disney Live Entertainment, and you can see they do some like behind the scenes of the recording of the music and stuff for World of Color. She said they're almost done. They've wrapped up.
Is that a Disney affiliated? It is?
Yes.
Okay.
At Disney Live Entertainment on Instagram.
Interesting.
So they do some behind the scenes, and you can see
Okay. Oh, yeah.
all the
they've got
stuff
some stuff
coming.
on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
some really cool stuff there. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I saw the merch, like the stuff that's coming.
Yeah.
Super, super cute.
You got
and then,
something.
Yes, they gave us.
Are those
a
going to be
little
for
bag.
sale?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have a new partnership with Lug. It looks like Loungefly
Yes.
type stuff to
Yep.
me. But this bag I actually really love. I got to use it in the parks that next day. And it's like a belt bag.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shoulder bag, but it's
Doesn't it
similar.
have straps on the back that you can convert it to a belt bag?
Yes. So you
Lug
can put
is
it
actually
on your belt.
who has been making the Club 33 stuff. They had a Club 33 collaboration with Lug, didn't they?
I think so. I think that's right. Anyway, I really enjoyed this bag. I think it's great. I like the orientation of it, upright like that. I think it was easier to get to my stuff. And I felt like it had just the perfect amount of pockets and size. It's very cute.
Cute and colorful. Is it, but not too colorful for Katie?
Right.
Is that the color schematic for the 70th?
So yes. So
Like
if you've
gem.
seen the logo, it kind of looks like that too. It's kind of those bright
Like purple, fuchsia.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed that you didn't somehow
finagle one for
right.
you.
Anybody here not want their bag? Because I know somebody. I don't know how you didn't get me a bag.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, but I expect that I should get one. When will these be available in the park? Just
So with the phased rollout of the merch, they have that aesthetic coming out with that. And then there's 4 or 5 other aesthetics that are going to be rolling out. My favorite one is there's kind of like a Walt Disney themed one, and it's very vintage looking and more subdued colors, but very classy. I would say it would appeal more to the Disney adults.
okay.
But anyway, I think all of the merch looks fantastic. I'm super excited.
Why did you not sneak a couple pictures?
Because I was sitting right in the front.
You would have gotten caught for sure. And then you're never invited back.
Right. And then a couple of things that they teased, things that we knew were coming, but just a little more details on them. The Disneyland Hotel, of course, has the Broken Spell Lounge that opened already. I still haven't gone in there. I've walked by it a few times. I need to go in there and try some stuff. I've heard really good things about the food and drinks.
I have too.
In there, and it's really, really cool looking.
Is it?
It's
I don't
it's Sleeping Beauty
think I've
themed,
walked
so
past it even.
It's kind of a moody, dark vibe, which
Okay.
I think is really cool for a lounge.
Is it?
Anyway.
Do they have fog machines?
They should. And briar patches,
Yes.
thorn bushes.
Yes. You get poked?
Yes. And then the High Key Club, which we don't love the name,
Nope.
right? But
Sure don't.
that will be opening sometime this summer. And it's a nice, refreshed space.
Did you see theme or concept art for it?
Yep.
More?
Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit more
Okay.
concept art for it.
Are they
It's
going to have more
interesting.
food? Like more?
So they don't really show that area. The
Okay.
area they show is just the seating, which they'll have some banquettes, which is really nice. They
That
don't
is
have that
nice.
currently, right?
Correct.
So a little more family-friendly seating. They will still do the fireworks viewing from up there. It seems
And
to
they
me,
are expanding it, right?
yes. So
Okay.
it seems to me like where the food is separated kind of from where the eating area is. So
Okay.
it looks like there's a wall in between. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
the buffet area is back behind that wall.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll know for sure in a couple of months,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And then the Grand Californian, we already announced, is getting their room refreshes. The panelist that was talking about this said new carpet, which I was thinking in the concept art, I thought
It
it,
was
looked
hard
like
floors.
hard floors.
But it looks like, so I had someone send me a picture that just stayed in one, and it looks like it's inlaid carpet.
Okay.
So it is like the walking path is a hard floor,
Okay.
and then the carpet around the bed is inlaid.
Okay.
So similar to like Yacht Club,
Got it.
I think.
Okay.
That is what I think I saw.
Gotcha.
It doesn't look a lot different.
No, it doesn't. So it looks like maybe just refreshed bedding, curtains, and then the flooring. So the headboards and the wallpaper and everything will stay the same, which it's really cute.
And your room was not a refreshed room.
It wasn't.
Okay.
No, it was all carpeted still. My room was it was a great room. We were overlooking the monorail, really, which is not running currently. So that was kind of a bummer, but we could see Guardians and Grizzly River Peak
Oh, cool.
from our room,
Oh, cool.
and we were just kind of like right over Soarin'.
Mm-hmm.
So we could hear the park music from our room. It was really lovely. It was a great spot. And then at Pixar, wait, back to the Grand Californian. They are getting a new concierge lounge as well.
Okay.
So they'll have 2 total. And it looks to me like the new concierge lounge is going not in place of Napa Rose, but Napa Rose is getting a total overhaul too. So I'm wondering if they're going to split it, because where the new concierge lounge is going, it's supposed to be like this treehouse feel. And it looks a lot like the windows that are currently in the Napa Rose.
Okay.
Overlooking, so you can see in the concept art, you could see Grizzly Peak from the windows
window.
right there, which makes me think it's got to be on that side somewhere.
Which also would be honestly a really great location, because it would be so easy to dip out of the park and go in
and
enjoy.
get a treat.
That's one of my big complaints about Club Level, is that you spend all that money and then you have to leave the park, schlep yourself back to wherever it is, and these are not super convenient to the parks. And I feel like I'm just going to stay in the park and eat.
Yeah.
Rather than going back and enjoying the lounge.
Right.
That seems like a really great location.
Right. I agree. I think it's really beautiful. And it's 2
there's
stories.
refurb coming up, right, on Napa Rose.
Yes. So the refurb on Napa Rose is coming. They are going to continue the Princess Adventures. What is it called?
Sure.
Tea Party, whatever it is. They're going to. It will be moved to a different location.
Good times with princesses and friends.
True that. But while Napa Rose is undergoing that refurb, that will be moved to a different spot. And then at Pixar Place, those new suites got announced. We got to see some more concept art for those, the Coco Signature Suite and the Incredible Signature Suite. And then they mentioned, brand new, some pop-up mini golf. That was so
Did you go
funny
check it
to me.
out?
I didn't, no. I didn't go find that conference room.
Conference room mini golf.
Mini golf.
Okay, we bag on it.
I know.
Just because it's funny.
It is.
I've heard really good things, and it does look really fun.
Yes. I still think it was supposed to go outside, and they changed their minds.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't get to do it.
Yes. And then at Pixar Place, the pool is opening. It had an opening date. Now
Did
I don't
it?
remember what it is.
Does it even have a closing date? Because it keeps getting pushed back.
Yes.
I think actually it's finally closed. Yeah, it's finally closed. And then, here, let me zoom out. Or maybe
I
it's...
swear it had dates like March something through April or through...
Yeah, so if I'm looking on the app, it looks like it opens back up in March. It's a really short closure.
Okay.
So let me give you an exact date while you continue to talk. Go for it.
And that's all that's happening at Pixar Place. I think that they are pretty much done with the refurb on all the rooms. It should be...
Which means...
completely open soon. And we are past a year from when it opened.
It should open back up April 1st.
Yes,
pools.
I think that's what I saw. Yes,
Okay.
I remember an April date. But yeah, so Pixar Place, pretty much done.
Pixar Place, pretty much done. Let's talk, while we're talking about this, let's talk about something that came up on our travel agency group the other day. There's an elevator situation at Pixar Place that if you're not familiar with it, you wouldn't know.
It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating. I think
this was an issue at Paradise Pier when it was.
It
Paradise
was then
Pier?
too.
The elevator situation? Oh, yeah.
Was
that was a
it?
huge complaint always about, especially if you had a stroller or if you were taking your luggage down to try and check
and
out.
you needed the elevator.
Yes.
So if you can use the stairs, which, I mean, depending on the floor you're on, that
it was
works.
a tall building.
Right.
Yeah.
But the elevator situation, it's one of those elevators where you put your room key in, or I don't know. And
it tells you which elevator to grab.
Yes, and it will take you directly to your floor. You don't push buttons inside the elevator. Currently, there are only 2 that are running. I think there are 4 total, but I think 2 are running for construction.
Maybe that's correct. But then there are also service elevators I thought the construction workers were using, which they routed us to one time when we were in there exploring. They sent us to the service elevators to use.
Yes.
So I wonder if those are available for guests to use for overflow regularly or no.
The complaint is that, especially during peak hours, so morning, like early entry morning time, rope drop time, or checkout time, or later in the evening, it's very hard to get an elevator.
Yeah.
They continually are full. They'll open up and it's full and you can't get on and you have to wait for another and that one will be full.
Right.
It's a common complaint we hear it. And I don't know what they're going to do to fix it.
I don't either. Maybe
I have a client who may or may not be listening. If you are, hi. That has stayed there twice or 3 times in the last year, and then has another 1 or 2 trips booked. And when she checked in, she was just there recently, and when she checked in, the cast member was like, "And now, do you know about our elevators?" And she said, "I do." And he said, "I'm sorry."
Oh.
So it's a known issue,
It
and
is. And it has been for as long as this hotel has been in existence. So
pack your patience pants.
Although there were only 2 elevators before they did this little refurb. Now I think there's more.
I think there's 4.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then there's the glass elevator too,
yet.
Right? The little glass elevator on
Which
the
is
side.
really cute.
Yeah,
but if you can get on it,
yeah. No, we haven't stayed in the refreshed rooms yet. We've toured them a few times, but haven't stayed there yet. But people seem to love it. It's cute and bright.
It's cute and it's
clean.
themed really well.
Yes.
I just hope that somehow they figure out their elevator situation so that it really is like a top tier experience.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, sorry, that was a side
that's okay.
note.
And then switching to downtown Disney. So in the Tortilla Jones restaurant area, there will be a new steak restaurant, which have we talked about what it's going to be named yet?
Maybe?
Arthur and Sons Steak and Bourbon.
Oh, no, maybe not. That doesn't sound familiar.
And this will be, I hadn't heard this name before, so I wasn't sure. We talked about it. Anyway, they will have fireworks viewing.
Which is so
packages off of the back balcony there, which is really cool. And then,
but it's a great way to charge more money.
Yeah. I would pay it probably.
I probably might. Like on an arrival night, that's a great arrival night option.
Yeah, I'm guessing they pipe the music in over there. Anyway, and then there will be a cute little quick service restaurant there too called Pearl's Roadside Barbecue. And it's so cute. It's like 50s diner looking theme.
And barbecue.
Barbecue.
That's fun.
Like we could use some more barbecue over there, right? I feel like that works really well. So you'll have more of an upscale.
And more quick serve.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll have more of an upscale restaurant there plus a new quick service. Very cool. Downtown Disney has gotten a really good glow up.
I agree.
Remember when it first started and we saw concept art for it and we were like, we're not sure how we feel about it, especially when they redid
Jazz Kitchen.
And we were all like, it's lost its character, but it actually fits in really well with what they're trying to do. They're not dumb.
I feel like, and I try really hard not to, and I always use Tower of Terror over to Guardians as my example because I was so frustrated that they were making that change, and then it ended up being, in my opinion, a great change. And so I try really hard to withhold judgment because I'm like, I feel like they know what they're doing. And it's going to be okay.
Yeah, and it's almost like maybe they should have waited to do that refresh on Jazz Kitchen until they were closer to doing the other things because it was just such a stark contrast to what everything else that was going on.
But now it looks lovely.
Now it looks great.
Yep.
It fits in just perfectly. And all of those new shops over there, I love them all.
I do too.
Like I could spend lots of hours in them. And I really, really love the new Wonderful World of Sweets. Even though we don't love the name quite yet. It'll grow on us. But I do really love the zhuzhed up shop.
I agree. I think everything looks really good the way that they've done everything down there.
Yep.
It looks nice. It feels cohesive. It's good.
And then moving down the lane to Porto's, not Portillo's, but Porto's. It's a Cuban bakery, right? So their potato balls are the main attraction that everybody's super excited about. Lots of fresh baked pastries. This is going to be the very first sit-down restaurant Porto's has ever opened.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's 2 levels.
Okay.
I think the sit-down is upstairs, and
then
the
downstairs
will be
like
more
the bakery
quick
and
serve. It looks really cool. It's going to be
so
a really,
excited.
really cool
Why
spot.
is it taking so long?
I don't know. I wonder if there's more going on. But remember we talked about there was a rumor that they were going to back out because they didn't want to be open on
365 days a year.
They didn't want to be open on Sundays.
And holidays.
Right. So anyway, I think that was pretty much all of the semi-inside info we got. They did talk a little bit more about what the Coco ride is going to look like. They said it'll be an amazing mix of Pirates and Haunted Mansion, which I'm down for that.
Right.
Totally down for that.
And those I feel like are everybody's top 2 favorite attractions at Disneyland.
So perfect. And Coco's awesome. So that'll be great. Avengers Campus doubling in size. We kind of already knew a lot about that. They showed us some actual... they're rendered, but it's ride-throughs of what Stark Flight Lab will look like and the Infinity Defense ride. So that was kind of cool. And then Pandora obviously coming. And then they mentioned that Bluey's coming to Disneyland soon-ish. So I'm wondering if the Disney Junior refresh that's coming maybe will include
some
a Bluey show.
Bluey, did you know that Bluey is getting a baby?
Yes. Super random announcement on social media.
A lot of things have happened. The Bluey family, is it Healer?
They're Blue Healers, yes.
I know, but do they have a last name?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's Google it.
Okay.
Does Bluey have a last name? I know that they're healers. I had a blue healer once upon a time.
Cute.
Does Bluey have a last name? Yeah, Healer. Bluey's last name is Healer. So the Healer family, her full name is Bluey Christine Healer.
Christine, cute.
And we have some listeners who have the middle name Christine.
Yes.
It's a lovely middle name. Okay, so anyway, Bluey Christine Healer is going to be another big sister.
Yeah.
I mean, a big sister again.
Big sister twice.
Mommy's pregnant. Mommy Healer. Also, totally unrelated, but did you hear that the Duolingo owl died?
Yeah, that happened a while ago. It was devastating. I still don't understand it. I know it was some kind of PR stunt, but I really don't get it.
I almost wonder if that was a catalyst to Mommy Healer getting pregnant.
Maybe. They're
because there was such an uproar about the dual. Like, I feel like they're related. I don't know why.
Maybe so. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I kept playing Duolingo and he was there still, so I don't know.
It's odd.
Fake news.
His ghost.
Yeah. Okay, and then switching over to food and wine.
Okay.
So they gave us Sip and Savor.
8.
Yes,
8
the
tabs?
8, the 8-tab one to use. And this is the first time I've used a Sip and Savor without the actual tabs. It's the
Okay.
first time I've used a scannable one. It has a little 4-digit code on the back that you type into the kiosk, the little, what's it called?
The POS.
Yes, the POS machine every time you use it. And then they tell you how many you have left. The cast member will
nice.
say.
Okay.
And you have 3 left on your Sip and Savor pass, which I was a little worried about keeping track of that.
Yeah.
But I ended up ordering, I think we ordered 6 things at one booth
Okay.
at different booths. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Because you can do that. If there's a line that's shorter at one booth than the other booths, go get in that line and you can order from any booth at any booth.
And then do not throw your receipt away. Keep
Correct.
your receipt.
Keep your receipt.
Mhm.
And so we did that. We got in a short line, ordered 6 things. We were so full.
I'm sure.
Because we did this all in one day. Food and Wine actually soft opened on Thursday evening.
Which
but
we kind of suspected
yes,
that might
they
happen.
almost always do that. But we didn't end up using anything that evening. Just we had Din Tai Fung for lunch.
Was it
On
delicious?
Thursday. It was really good, super filling. And so not hungry enough to try some treats on Thursday evening. But Friday, I love staying at the Grand Californian so much for this. We got up. We were out of the room at 7:10. Nicole said to me, Nicole was my friend that was with me,
Right.
my social media sidekick.
Okay.
She said, you should take a video of us getting off of the elevator and getting into line for Ropedrop
Okay.
at the Grand Californian entrance into DCA. I get my phone out and hit record, and we walk out the elevator and out the doors by the elevator, and the line was right there.
Okay.
Like, it's not even it's like a 2-second video. And it's really funny.
And the line, that means the line's really long.
Yeah. Actually,
also.
it really wasn't that
It goes
bad.
quickly, too, though.
They hadn't filled it in yet. They were just organizing
back.
people.
Got
Yes. So it only took us 5 minutes to get through. We were through security by 7:15 maybe, and scanned into the park by 7:20. And we walked straight over to Soarin'. We were on Soarin' by 7:25. Like the park wasn't early entry hadn't
And you
even
were the
started
first.
yet.
You were the
we
first.
were in the
ones
first group,
on.
yes, to get on Soarin'
And
over
you got
California.
your cuties.
Got our cuties.
Did it make you nauseous? Soaring over California makes me sick.
No,
I can't do it.
That video is definitely not high quality, but it's very fun and
It's
nostalgic,
and everybody loves
the
it. Not
smells
me.
are amazing.
Yes.
So
I just close my eyes and breathe it in.
yeah, that was way fun. There were a lot of vloggers
I
in
believe
line
that.
with us. Yeah, which was kind of fun to
Kind
see
of.
some familiar faces, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think.
Okay.
So we did that. So we did Soarin'.
Yeah.
Went over to Cars Land to get in line for Radiator Springs, and the cast members said it wasn't going to open at 8, so
Okay.
nixed that idea.
That seems to just never work out.
Yeah. So we hopped on Maters, went over to Web Slingers, did a couple of other things, and then the food booths open right at 10:30.
Okay.
So we actually went back to our room, packed up our luggage, and left it at Bell Services around 10:30.
Okay.
Came back into the park and did our Sip and Savor order, and then just ate ourselves silly.
What
So,
did you eat?
First, we tried the Masubi fried rice,
Okay.
the birria mac and cheese, and the tres leches. So
And?
those were our first 3. Loved the Masubi fried rice, which I've heard mixed reviews on.
Okay.
A lot of people said it didn't have enough flavor for them or it was a little bit dry. I thought it was fantastic.
Okay.
And I think you have to like spam Masubi, obviously. To enjoy it, but I love that flavor profile. So
Right.
that was really good. That was one of my favorites. It had a little bit of egg in it too, which
Okay.
was really yummy. And then the furikake.
Yes.
and I liked whatever the sauce was that they had on the Spam. And I don't know if it was Spam or just ham.
I think it's ham. I think that they call it spiced ham.
Got it. It was good.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Maybe it's Spam Musubi inspired.
Yes. Well, I don't think it's called Spam Musubi fried rice, just Musubi fried rice. So, but it was very, very good. And the birria mac and cheese, also very yummy.
Oh, good.
Yes, I liked it a lot.
I saw somebody talk about it. They said it was very salty. Did you feel like it was super salty?
No, I didn't feel like it was salty.
Do you salt your food?
No.
Like when you sit down to eat?
No, I usually try it first.
Okay. I don't salt anything.
Yeah.
Salt is not the thing I grab for. And so things tend to be very salty for me.
Okay.
And I heard that, but if you didn't think it was, then maybe
it was.
Maybe they just got a salty batch.
I saw one reviewer say, a salty batch.
A salty batch.
One reviewer say that it was too soupy, but then they went back a second time and it wasn't as liquidy.
Better?
So
okay.
I guess it sounds like your mileage may vary on the birria mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I did not love the tres leches,
really?
which I am not a tres leches super fan anyway, but it was very liquidy. Like it was very, very moist.
So I actually, that's one of the things about it is so
it's
when I was
drenched.
in high school, long story, totally long story, guys. I'll tell you someday. I lived with a family for my junior year in high school. And one of the things that they would do is they'd make a cake during the week. And then when the cake was starting to not be stale, but it was just not fresh 2 days out, they'd get a cup and they'd put the cake in the cup and they'd cover it in milk and eat it that way. And I actually really liked it. And so I like tres leches cakes. And I like that they're super moist.
Okay.
But it is weird. It's kind
but it
of
was
weird.
It wasn't even
much.
just moist. It was there was actual liquid in the bottom, which maybe that's normal for tres leches. I don't know. It's cute. That's probably one of the most
and is
Instagrammable.
The flavor good?
I would say it was kind of more of a bland flavor than I was expecting. Okay. It was, like a cinnamon vanilla flavor, like a horchata almost.
Okay.
Which, it's fine. It just wasn't we each had one bite and we were like, nope, we're good.
Okay.
But we did take a picture of it.
It's cute.
That little cookie on top is very cute.
It is very cute.
And then let's see, what did we do next after that? We went to grab our lemon pepper wings. Which
you did.
I ate a lemon pepper wing. You guys, they are good.
I've heard they're some of the best lemon pepper wings.
Super, super good. It was the perfect.
Did you take a bite and were you just like, oh, Heath would like these?
Yes, totally. Mm-hmm. Yep, I did. They're deep fried, so they're not it's not like a baked chicken wing.
Okay.
It's deep fried, but it also didn't seem like it had batter on it either.
Okay.
So if that makes sense.
Okay.
It wasn't like a crunchy, like a fried chicken.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Like a fried chicken. Not that.
Not that either.
But a fried, crispy skinned.
Deep fried lemon pepper deliciousness. It was. They were very good.
Okay.
So
try those.
So that was a good one. And then I think we grabbed the Snickers macaron after that.
Which I feel like that's a waste. I mean, for you specifically.
Yes, I've had it before.
That's a waste of a tab.
It's for the pictures, right?
Did you take pictures?
We did. I took some cute pictures in front of the Wheel of Death.
Okay.
And And I have to say, it's too sweet for me.
It's very sweet.
Very sweet. Mm-hmm. Even with the nougat pretzel combo in there, it still does not cut on the sweet enough. Yeah. I felt like it was even sweeter this year than I even remember. So too sweet for me.
So sweet.
It's very cute, though.
It is so cute. Not worth the tab for the picture.
Right. Although my friend had never had it, so it was fun for her to try. I think we each ate an ear, and the rest of it went in the garbage.
That's funny.
Food waste. Hashtag food waste. And then I really, really wanted to try the chicken taquitos back at Paradise Garden Grill, which you can use your Sip and Savor pass on, but you can't order that one at any booth. You have to order it back there. So that was, we didn't use a tab on that, but it was a Sip and Savor pass eligible. So we had that, and we had the loaded esquites chips.
Yes.
Which, have you seen pictures of those?
No.
They're kind of cute. They come in, it's the Doritos salsa verde.
Okay.
And they serve them in the bag.
Oh, okay.
Then they pour the elote and the sauce on top, and then you eat them out of the bag.
Yes, I have seen. I just didn't realize that's what it was.
Yeah, so it's like walking tacos, kind of. I thought they were really good. It's a lot of flavor for me. It was a little too much flavor with the chips. Having that much flavor,
chips,
Plus the elote was very, very strong.
So it would have been good to just do a tortilla chip.
I think so.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
But it was good. And then the taquito I really, really liked.
Which you are a fan of a taquito.
Yes. They were They were great. The sip and savor size is just one taquito.
Okay.
And then you can also order a meal size of the taquitos that's not sip and savor eligible.
Okay.
But it's like a plate. It comes with rice and beans and the taquitos. I think there's 3 of them on that. And then, is that all we did? That doesn't sound like enough. That doesn't sound like 6. Yeah, I think I thought it was
You left
6.
us hanging. You took your friend Nicole on Guardians of the Galaxy for her first time ever.
Yes.
And it was a yes, no, yes, and no. I vote yes and no.
Yes and no, right?
She
mostly no, though.
Okay.
It was
she did not love it.
She was like, I'm glad I did it, but never again, kind of a thing. Yeah. We got to,
but also it's a little like childbirth. Like I feel like you have to separate yourself a little bit from it, and then you start
maybe
thinking,
would try it again.
Yeah, not me. I can do it all day long, every day.
Right.
But the first time you ride it, when it's so tense.
Yes. Well, and she's kind of one of those people that doesn't love to ride on elevators anyway in real life,
in general.
and she doesn't love flying. Like, she's a very nervous flyer. So I think if you're that kind of in your head about that kind of stuff, maybe it's not the ride for you. Yeah.
No.
So I think she had some choice words for me during the ride, and then we got to the final scene, where the doors open up and they're like saying goodbye, and at that point I had said that this is the last drop, like we're good, and then it drops again, and she's like, "You liar!" Anyway, no, she did not love it. We did not get Jackson 5 either, so maybe it would have been better.
It would have been way better had you gotten Jackson 5 for sure.
Yes, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we did for the first time with her. I love taking first timers. That's really fun.
Was she there for her first time ever? Or
no.
Okay.
She had just been with her family in December. She just hadn't ridden Guardians ever.
That's funny
because they switch off because some of her kids will ride and some won't. So as soon as we got off, though, she FaceTimed them and was like, "I did it. I was brave, and I did it." And they were excited for her.
Good for her.
Let's see. Did we try anything else?
No, what is it called? No street dog?
No 2-bite street dog. The LA style street dog. We didn't try that. It's cute. Like, it's a cute little hot dog. I saw it a couple of times. We did not do the shrimp and Papa's Locas.
Why didn't you do that?
I was going to have her try it. We were just so full.
Did you do any of the beef? Like the steak, the tri-tip?
What was that? With skirt steak and
something.
The chicken drumstick.
I'm surprised
and
you
the
didn't
skirt
try
steak.
that.
Yeah.
And then the one that has the peppers on top of it.
Oh, yeah. That peppers caliente.
Yeah, it's on a mac and cheese, I think,
yes.
also. Mm-hmm.
Which, remember, we talked about, we think that was around last year in a different iteration, maybe?
Yes, I think so. Something similar.
So I haven't heard any feedback on that one yet. It's a mac and cheese, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to try that I just didn't because we were so full.
I know one thing that you wanted to try, but you didn't. Getting one of those bags that they gave you for your friend Aaron.
If only I'd known that I wanted to try to steal a bag for Aaron.
You should have just
didn't
seen
know
where they were bringing them out from, and you could have just had some sort of heist where you go back and you get the bag.
The night before our conference started, there was another conference going on. So when we went to go do our check-in, I kept walking by, and it was the Egg and Poultry Association of California was having their annual gala.
Fun.
Which I wanted to stop and ask
about the prices.
Yeah.
Tell
me about eggs
how
and
are
chickens.
Your birds faring, guys?
How can you afford this party right now?
It was probably planned long before the bird flew.
Yes. Too funny. Oh, one other thing I did that I got to do. I got to go to the spa. The Tenaya Stone Spa. I treated myself to a little massage and got to go hang out in the spa. It's a really cute experience.
Is it?
It's it's on the pricey side for sure, but it's a whole story. Like, you come in,
you choose a stone, don't you?
Have you pick a rock, and then you have to go place the rock somewhere. And the rock has, depending on which rock you pick, you have a different storyline that you're kind of walked through. And
does it feel gimmicky? Or cheesy?
Not really. I thought it was fine.
Okay.
But the room that you go and sit in while you're waiting is really lovely and has water running and music playing. And they have treats.
Oh, nice.
And cucumber and strawberry water and all kinds of good stuff. And then there's a little steam room that you can go use before or after your massage, and a shower. And so I ended up just washing my hair there after the massage and taking care of it instead of walking back to my room. Gross,
Right.
which was
That's
really
kinda
nice.
nice.
Yeah. It's small, I would say, as spas go. It's a smaller spa,
Okay.
but it was really lovely, and I'm glad I got to experience it.
Oh, good.
So,
We
yeah.
should get pedicures sometime.
Yes. Did they have a it's probably over now. It was probably just for February, but they had a Queen of Hearts special foot treatment
fun.
thing.
They tend to do that. They have
Yes.
these fun random things. One last thing. Who did you hang out with in the lobby of the Grand Californian?
Gosh, we sat down with our luggage. We were about to call our Uber, and in walks the illustrious Tony Baxter and entourage, and they were deep in conversation. I really probably would have pulled him aside for a picture if he hadn't looked so intense on.
I would have
who he was talking
interrupted.
to. I just can't.
I know.
It feels icky.
I know. I probably wouldn't have either. I probably would have selfied with him in the background.
I mean, it's so dark in that lobby, right?
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard
true.
to get a good picture, but yeah. Anyway, he was there. That's really cool. I liked getting a proof of life of Tony Baxter. There he was. Jeff Goldblum was in the
I
same
know,
time
but you
as
didn't see him.
us.
I would have died.
I
am a
know.
big Jeff Goldblum
Yes,
fan.
same. Yep.
Love him so much.
In fact, I commented on his post and asked him if he got a selfie in front of his portrait in Guardians. I don't think he's responded yet.
Dang
He
it,
probably
Jeff.
won't.
I know. I saw that. I love him.
Yes. Gwen Stefani was there this week. I saw probably a lot of celebrities were there. It was Oscars
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm guessing maybe there were a few that did like a little side trip to Disney. But yeah, it was a great few days. Went by so fast. Way too fast as usual. But
What a fun trip.
it was really great. I'm glad I got to go.
I'm glad you got to go too. Let me see really quick before we end the episode. I'm just going to go back up through our texts because sometimes when big things happen, she tends to text me. So let me see if
Anything else that I mentioned?
I don't know. What were your dates again?
The 26th through the 28th.
All right, let's see.
Oh, one other big thing.
Okay, tell me.
I was on the news.
Oh yeah, I've been
Which
trying to find it. I can't.
I don't think that they've uploaded it. It was on the live evening news.
Did you watch it?
Because I was on an airplane when it happened. But I keep looking. I keep thinking they're going to do it. But I got interviewed for Fox 11 LA
That's
about
so
food and
fun.
wine. So funny.
Well, thanks for taking one for the team.
Thanks for doing the work.
Uh-huh.
The hard stuff.
The hard stuff.
Yes. It was good. It was
Good.
really, really good.
Good. I'm glad you got to go. I'm glad
Me
you had fun.
too.
And
And we don't have another trip coming up until June-ish.
well,
probably
unless
for
you're counting
us.
Orlando.
No, I mean to Disneyland.
Yes,
Yeah.
June-ish.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
see.
give you more details as it gets closer.
Yes.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Ropedrop.Parkhop. I'll be sharing some more highlights and updates
Perfect.
from this trip. And on Facebook, we are there under Rope Drop and Park Hop as well, plus our fun discussion group, Rope Dropping and Park Hopping.
And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, hit subscribe real quick. Leave us a rating. Leave us a review. I mean, I think last time I checked, our most recent review is Asher's. And we got to bump that one down.
Oh, no, actually, I think there was a new one
Did
since
we get a
then.
new
I
one?
think so. But
I check them usually like once a week.
Yeah.
So last time I checked, I think Asher's was the new one. So whoever you are,
pretty
thank you for bumping
sure.
Asher's down because he's ridiculous in the best way possible. Oh, yes, I see it.
Long Beach Airport fan.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then join us on Patreon.
Yes. We have our live meetup for our top 2 tiers of Patreon coming up earlier this month than normal. So it'll be next week. So if you want to come and check it out, come hang out with us. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Mhm.
Our group gets bigger every month, and
Yep.
it's so much fun.
We love it.
All right, we will see you next week. Oh, we are taking spring break off.
Yes.
We're in the works right now to try to find something to put in there. We might share an episode when we were a guest on another podcast.
Yep.
But there is a possibility that we will be dark spring break week.
Possibly.
We are both going to be gone, and it's just not possible.
We'll be gone gathering content for the next episode.
Correct.
That's what we're doing.
And also, we'll be gone learning things so that if you want to book a trip with us, we can help you do that.
Yep. And we're doing some really fun stuff that week. So
I know, I'm
stay
excited.
tuned.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Bye.